In the world of negotiation, the real pros have a technique up their sleeve that gives them a serious edge. It's a subtle art, but man, it can completely change the game.
I mean, what if you could steer a negotiation exactly where you want it to go? And get this, the other person walks away feeling like they won? It sounds a little like a magic trick, doesn't it? But it is a very, very real strategy.
So, what is this secret weapon? Well, it's all about a way to subtly but absolutely decisively control the entire conversation.
And when you use it skillfully, trust me, it can completely shift the dynamic in the room in your favor. Okay, so the technique is called misdirection. And yeah, it's every bit as clever as it sounds. So at its core, misdirection is really the art of strategic focus. You deliberately take some minor issue and you make it seem like your absolute top concern. Think of it like a stage magician. They draw your eye to one hand, right? All while the real trick is happening with the other. It's the same idea.
And the key thing to get here is that it's not about lying. Not at all. It's about being a guide. You're just setting the stage and directing the spotlight over to point A, while your true goal, point B, stays safely out of the debate altogether.
Now, to pull this off, you have to mentally juggle two different priorities at the same time. One is for show, and the other, well, the other one's for the win. This whole thing really boils down to a split. On one side, you have the fake priority. This is the one you argue for, the one you get all passionate about, and you make it the central battleground. But here's the secret. It's the point you are totally prepared to give up. Then, on the other side, is your real priority, the thing you actually need. So while they're busy fighting you over the decoy, you're just quietly protecting your true goal. And here's the psychological genius of it all. By letting them win on that decoy issue, you give them this huge sense of accomplishment. And what does that do? It makes them far more likely to give in on other points. Yep, including the one you secretly cared about all along. So that's the theory. Pretty cool, right? Now, let's look at how this whole thing works in practice, step by step. Okay, so it works like this. First, you pick a minor point and you just amplify it. Let's say you argue passionately for a project deadline of the 15th. Second, you invite resistance. Naturally, they're going to push back, right? They'll suggest the 20th or the 25th, pouring all their energy into this one debate. Finally, after some tough negotiation, you concede on the date. You reluctantly agree to the 20th. They feel like they've won a major victory, but your real goal was never the deadline. It was the budget, which they are now much more likely to approve without a fight. So, how do you put this into practice? And listen, this isn't just for high-stakes corporate deals. It can be used in almost any negotiation, big or small. All right, here's your playbook. First step, identify. Get crystal clear on your real, non-negotiable goal. What do you absolutely need? Second, create. Come up with your decoy, a plausible, minor point you can really sell. Third, guide. You have to deliberately control the focus of the conversation. And finally, fourth, protect. Let them fight over the decoy, while your true priority stays completely safe. And that leaves us with a final thought. The art of negotiation is often just the art of managing focus. So next time you step into a discussion, don't just think about what you want. Think about where you want their attention to be. It might just be the key to getting what you're really after.